Hello, you... Hello, fuckfaces. Welcome back to Stories and Sigils. You don't get a fancy schmancy intro this time. You just get me calling y'all fuckfaces. Welcome back to the show.
That's not very kind
What's up,
of you.
doofuses and goobuses? It is your friend Gamma, also known as Pun Mama VA. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe.
Ninja Master Son now has a ninja design.
Hey, that's cool.
Yeah. That'd be nice. If I recall, I believe we ended last session with Non getting a status effect slapped out of him.
By Hera.
Roll me physical real quick. Let me see how hard you're slapping that out of him. Because if I recall, I said you already rolled a 17. But let's just roll it again to see how high. Just to see how high you can get. Just to see it. Just to see it again.
I need to... There we go.
If I recall from last session, we're supposed to be on the road
8
sometime
plus
soon.
4, 12. That's not that bad.
Yeah. I mean, you rolled 17 last time, so yeah, you fucking slapped the shit out of him. I mean, yeah, you do need...
Gone?
Yep.
She just said...
With things are, it's about halfway through the it's about the afternoon. With that in mind, while you guys do need to be heading out quickly, you also do need some supply. You do possibly want to look around. That and two, you guys did just get here. That I want to flesh out Crimson Commune a bit more.
Fair enough. At least, if we go anywhere, we know that Hera can slap side effects out of people.
I mean, in this one instance.
And now I have spells for that.
Probably. You don't have to use MP for it then. I can just slap the shit out of someone. Did he, just spin because he's an onion?
You know what? Because he's an onion, yes.
Okay, cool.
Guys, he's not onion. His name implies that he is bread.
Well, he's not a bread monster. He's a vegetoid creature. He's an activeg, a subspecies of vegetoid.
And veggie is in the name, so... Onion it is.
Huh.
No.
You know, now that I think about it, Hold up. He walks out, walks back in. Yep, I'm pretty sure those were... I'm pretty sure I know exactly what's going on over there. That clever bastard.
What?
Remember how... Well, when we went over there, you guys went to that ninja master. You know.
Yeah.
Talk with him and the like. Learn stuff. I went to the free hour of yoga. Do you recall, what did I say when I got back?
I'm sorry, I don't remember.
It triggered your anger. Remember, I said I was in a yoga class with a bunch of unnaturally hot women.
Unnaturally what?
Unnaturally beautiful people.
And then her face just goes dark.
Yeah, you did that. Yeah. However, looking back, I'm pretty sure 3 of those women were robots. And I just saw a bunch of dudes go up to that, gym. And it's not free hour anymore.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to pay to go to that yoga class. And a bunch of chicks left. The 3 chicks didn't leave. I'm pretty sure the yoga instructor is using those 3 robots to charm dudes into not coming in during free hour and coming in during paid hour to maximize profits. For a communist, that's real fucking greedy.
He just is twitching. Like, you see she's in the Vegeta pose where he's when he's right about to murder.
I mean, even without your whole PTSD thing, I can understand that anger. Using unironically manipulating people to make money is fucked up. Gotta admit,
look for it.
Fucking real clever though. Gotta admit.
Libran is Kingaring.
And what is it called?
And, you know, who knows, maybe there's some things going on in here.
There's nothing. I think the Dodoria fight wasn't good enough.
Unironically, I think we may need to tell Master Son that one of the other workers there is, like, using machines to unironically, like, inflict status effects on people to exploit them for money. Should we tell them that? Like, should we say something about that?
What kind of status effect was inflicted on you again?
Basically, for all intents and purposes, basically seduction, like, or charm, like, because like he was just obnoxiously bringing them up into the conversation. He's also you know,
beating those robots up.
That, and you know, while he may be a he's also literally a fucking plant.
And they inflicted a status effect on him. So
the fact that he's specifically describing them as women implies that they're, like, probably, like, designed to look like Darkner women. Why the fuck is an onion monster being obsessively talking about women from an entirely different race that most likely probably aren't even plants?
Did anybody else imagine not? Libran looks around. Did anybody else imagine non with boobs? No, just me.
She stares
Arca looks at you.
A cold stare.
Non stares at you.
Fucking kill you.
Damn, homie, you got the whole squad laughing.
She's not laughing.
That wasn't a joke. That wasn't a joke.
And no one's laughing.
Okay, good. That wasn't a joke. That was a sincere question.
Gamma is about to... Sorry, not Gamma. Hera is about to really let loose on someone because she's very pissed off to the point where she's almost losing control now.
So she's just gonna go over there and fuck up those robots?
Yes. And
is anyone gonna join her?
Yes.
Libran's gonna go with her?
First we clear this with Master San so that we don't get in serious trouble.
Is Aaron gonna join or not?
Yeah, he's gotta be the muscle. If in case somebody goes wrong, it's like,
considering Non is the one who got caught by this, they're like, I kind of feel like I should go to at least talk.
No.
However, I'm going to roll their aggressive real quick.
I'm going to roll my aggressive to tell him to sit the fuck back down. And that's going to be Hera. Or maybe, hold on.
Alright, that's a 16, Aaron. Yeah. He's also going to go with you because, you know, being a victim of these machines, a charm effect, he kind of wants to beat them up as well.
She was just like, okay, fair enough.
And now I'm going to roll Arca's aggressive.
Why does he have a point? You've played him so passively, but he doesn't have any points in passive.
Because,
he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. They're going to go with you to talk. Well, because technically Arca is one of the few people who kind of were in the know about kind of the plan to some degree. They just didn't know about the whole, they would technically be unwitting vessels to higher entities, necessarily. Right. So, they actually kind of, there's a reason they're referred to as the warrior heir. They actually, did train specifically to do this, technically.
Wait, Arca's only level 4? Aaron's only level 4. Hera is just over here doing short.
I mean, you're the only one who's gone out of your way to kill shit.
Yeah, because that's her nature. She will kill people.
With that in mind, you guys are going to go back towards that training building.
Yep.
As you enter back in, you do see Master Son just kind of, sitting in his chair.
And Aaron's going to go over there and tell him about the robots. And how his communist friend is being extremely greedy.
Oh.
So, and my little sister over here, she wants to go beat up those robots. Is that allowed?
Alright then. So are you all going to work together to convince him that you believe they're robots and that you should be allowed to beat them up because they're being used to exploit people?
Yes.
Alright, so first things first, this is going to be a group action, so it's a +5.
You're not?
Oh, you're not going to do that?
Why are we beating up robots?
Because the robots are making people have status effects that are making them come back during... They're manipulating people. What the hell are you talking about? Why no?
Yeah,
manipulating people.
Yeah, basically, from what you can tell,
giving
the point of the
status effects.
machines is they're basically doing it so that guys who are told to come into yoga during free period, because A. Lamau doing yoga with a bunch of chicks, lol. However,
the status effect that makes them want to come back over and over
again. However, they only come back during paid period, during hours they have to pay. As far as you can, Non is pretty much convinced, yeah, those are robots. That, the yoga instructor has a group of robots they're using to do that.
Is Hera immune to the status effects? She doesn't swing that way.
I mean, for the most part, I'll say yeah. It's just a case of, if you didn't know they were robots, they could probably, be really, really convinced. They could probably convince you to buy stuff. Because, it's supposedly on sale, and as a new customer, you get a discount, and all that jazz and bullshit.
That's probably not true.
I mean, some of it's possibly true. So is Libran going to help
now
Hera?
That you know the situation?
A bit better? Better explained?
I suppose.
There you go. What the hell? This is a person using
Aiden. I know.
People. What the fuck? I was so confused because I thought we both got the same thing.
I mean, I figured Libran was going to come over to tell Master Son about it. I didn't think I wasn't sure if they knew Hera was going to come over to cause destruction. Because they don't have to, help with the destruction. They can just, come over and tell them, hey, yo, I'm pretty sure these are robots.
Yeah, no, that's what I meant. I don't want to destroy things. I want to investigate things. We're not just hopping. I don't want to just have this game be... We hop in and murder hobo things that we do not like.
With this in mind, let's split this more into two roles. First role, since Non is more or less convinced, because, as a plant, why is he going to have any real attractions towards anything fleshy or plasticky or,
whatever the fuck.
Yeah, exactly. I think he flirted with, halfies and head halfies once, but, I'm pretty sure halfies are, I think we technically work the lore is that, there are plants in our lore, technically.
So, yeah, technically he's doing it with his kind, but not these ladies. These ladies are just, no.
Yeah, so it doesn't make any sense. So the first role is to first convince him that these are robots. That in mind, this would actually be something, depends on how we're going to do it all.
I would say
it's either passive,
intellectual.
Yeah, aggressive and intellectual for the most part. However, it's a choice between passive or aggressive.
Non
is going to be aggressive about it because he's one of the people manipulated.
Hera's just going to be aggressive because A, she doesn't have any points in passive, and B, she's just naturally fucking aggressive.
Aaron?
Passive aggression.
Aaron is... I guess he's going to use aggressive.
Are you sure that would make sense for his character?
Can I explain it into you in a way that it would be aggressive, but it's not, intimidating?
The logic is, he seems more like
he's also starting to get a little pissed off and frustrated here that, hey, these are people that are getting fucking manipulated.
That true, and also non.
And his friend, his best overworld friend, has gotten manipulated by these fools. He's not having any part of it.
Arca's going to use their passive because, they're not here to destroy. I assume Libran's going to use their passive, or no?
Libran's that's just a regular, that's a straight D20.
Well, remember, this is also a group action. Remember?
Oh, so yeah. Everybody's additions?
Yeah, it's everyone's addition plus, the whole... So, first things first, it's a +5, since it's a group action, so it's 5 people.
4.
So that's 5, plus the 1 intellectual.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 plus 5.
9 plus 5. So
13.
So this is a plus
14.
This is a plus 14.
Yes, on Hera's die, because she was the one who had the idea to come here.
Yeah. So, roll that shit. Don't nat 1.
Come on, good roll. Come on, get a good roll. Come on, get a good roll. Probably needs a new pair of boots. 7.
Man, it's a good thing this is a plus 14. Well, no, that wouldn't make... Then again, now that I think about it, those 4, I've only ever seen them here. I've never seen them leave. And I'm here basically 20 from opening till closing. Why did I never realize this?
Because
you were under the effects.
No. You see, they're like FNAF animatronics. You see, or excuse me, not FNAF.
FNAF.
4 Nights at Floopy's. There you go. 4 Nights at Floopy's. Where they go you know.
No, it can't be Toreador March. It has to be something different. Toby Fox canonically exists in the world of Deltarune.
No, it's Phoebe Talks. Or Robert Fox, actually. It's Robert Fox.
Either way, Megalovania exists.
Yeah.
To think Mila would be doing that this whole time.
Aaron's just going to run over and just clock one in the face.
Hold up.
This was
just to convince them they're robots. You haven't convinced them to let you destroy them yet.
Oh. Well, okay then.
Now,
alright.
Libran and Hera are not going to be involved with this role.
No, Hera is
Arca and Libran. My bad.
Anyway, aggressive plus physical.
Libran and Arca do not want to destroy stuff.
Hera is going to intimidate him into letting her destroy them, so she's going to use aggressive and physical. Aaron is going to use passive and intellectual, because he's going to convince.
So what you're saying is we're splitting this into two separate roles again.
Well, no, I'd presume that they'd roll together because they're doing the same things at the same time.
Why would they be intimidating him? Why?
Hera would be...
Like, as far as you know, Sean was ignorant. As far as you... And seems reasonable. Why would Hera assume he would... Why would Hera assume she has... Why would she have to intimidate him into this?
She's just kind of pissed off. She's not meaning to intimidate him. She's just pissed off.
So what you're saying is you're just trying to convince him he should let you destroy the robots.
Yes.
You're just being really aggressive about it.
Aggressive about it, yes, and not putting any smarts into the matter. She is doing the closest thing a woman can do to mansplaining something.
Womansplaining.
Anyway.
Orange.
With Aaron, he's still in control of himself, so he's going to do passive and intellectual, which would be a +2.
Well, I don't think it would be passive intellectual. Destruction is an aggressive act.
Oh, no, he's trying to convince someone, not really being intimidating, but alright, aggressive and intellectual.
This is an inherently aggressive action. You're not
That's 5 plus 3, that's +8, and
for instance,
is Non going to be doing this?
Yes.
Listen.
For instance, you specifically
That'll be 11.
Don't add your intellectual, because you specifically stated you were not being smart about it.
Well, no, she was being just physical about it.
Listen, Libran doesn't.
What do you mean you're being physical about it?
I presume intimidation is aggressive plus pheasical. She's being intimidating, but she's not really realizing that. She's just pissed off.
Well, what I mean is here's the thing. Here's the thing with physical. Unless you're physically doing something to him.
Never mind. No, she's not going to punch the man.
Yeah,
anyway, she's just going to add her aggressive to the roll. So that's 1...
So
2, 3, 4.
Then mine. So this
5,
is a plus.
6,
so it's
7,
+3 because
5.
it's 3 people, and then plus.
3.
Remember, because Libran doesn't want to destroy the machines, they're not
10.
considered as part of this
10.
role, unless Libran is going to help you, explicitly convince Master Son to let you destroy the machines.
Well, it's +10 without him. Libran, are you going to do anything about this, or are you just going to stick back?
Gamma, is everything alright with your mic? Hello?
Yes.
Gamma. Okay.
Libran, no.
Okay, Libran does not help.
Okay, so it's just...
Listen, okay, Libran doesn't... Okay, never fucking mind.
Well, if Libran isn't helping, then there's nothing to impede the roll.
No, I was gonna explain myself, but y'all keep talking over me.
We couldn't hear you. We're sorry.
Your mic legitimately wasn't working.
Why does Libran not want to help?
Yeah.
Listen, okay, Libran doesn't mind a little bit of destruction, but sometimes we need different solutions to problems, and not just constantly punching everything. And I know the excuse is, oh, it's just Hera, but can we please next time do something else, not just
I mean,
punch everything.
That and a 15 isn't enough.
If someone triggers Hera's PTSD, there's no place in hell that's going
that
to
and a 15 is not high enough.
Ah. Neat.
Meeting is not beating in this case.
Oh, so the DC was 15. Okay, cool.
But
so he's almost convinced.
Listen, Hera, Hera, sit down real quick with me, child.
Hera sits down.
Sit down the chair across. You two as well.
Oh.
Now, I especially understand your anger. However, I do not exactly think it is proper to allow just a group to come in and destroy property. Wouldn't exactly look good on us or the rest of the commune. I promise you, I personally will deal with it. I will talk with Mila. I will make sure those machines are shut down, and I will make sure that all people under any effects will be cured. I promise you.
Hera then pulls out with the explanation of, I had to slap the seduction out of him.
I understand. And if you really want to, if you're still in town when we close later tonight, I'll bring you one of them and I'll let you beat it up for fun for 30 minutes. That good enough?
She nods.
All right. Now, remember, Hera, from now on, it might be a better idea to not try and solve every problem with violence.
She looks down and then away because she's not used to this, but she knows it's a fact.
Believe me. As suddenly he gets down on one knee and puts a hand on your shoulder. Hera, look to me.
She looks at him.
Believe me when I say, I had to learn that lesson. Firsthand, personally. Trust me. Sometimes it takes a long time to learn. He gets back up and sits in his chair.
She silently turns to leave because she has a lot to think about right now.
As you do. Not actually kind of looks back like, I mean, yeah, he's got a point, but at the same time, motherfucker, I'm beating up one of those too.
And it's just sort of out of it.
You look around, you do notice,
Aaron's just here because
there's a lot of things.
His sister's pissed off, and his friend got manipulated, so he's just kind of feeding off their rage on that one.
Libran, what's your reaction to this? To all this, upon, seeing that?
Libran's just kind of glad that, didn't have to fight.
Arca actually looks over to you, he's like, well, nice to know not everyone's gonna just relent to vigilantism. Oh my god, Orange. For fuck's sake, Moonlight is not gonna let you smash. Stop trying to woohoo. You're not Romeo. I keep hearing him go, meow, 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 and just look at Moonlight. It's like, come on, baby. Come on, let me smash. Gamma, are you having mic problems? Or
no.
Oh, I would have thought you would have responded something to Arca going, well, it's nice to know not everyone just relents to vigilantism.
Yeah.
So are you guys just going to leave the place, or maybe going to look around a bit more? You do notice there are quite a few... You do notice there are a few things you can buy here. Mostly...
Hera turns back to see what she can buy that is potentially a weapon.
From this place specifically, all they would have would be, like, training weapons.
What do they have? Because we need some sort of start to get into whatever she's trying to get into.
Training weapons. I mean, this place specifically, like, this is not a... They wouldn't sell weapons here. You're expected to bring your own weapons. Their training weapons are, like, training gear. Like, you rent training gear from them. Like, they don't let you buy straight-up weapons from them. They're not going that far. And traditionally speaking, most dojos, most, like, forms of dojos
are
going
things at it.
Similar. Oh my god, Orange. She's been giving you this cold glare this whole night. Quit trying, bro.
You're done. Enough.
Your cat's an incel.
Bro, he really...
nice guy.
I swear, bro. He really is a nice guy.
Finish last.
I swear. For the most part, you do look around and you do see there are quite a few different manuals.
Can she take a manual on using a sword? She's one of those sorcerers.
As you look through it, you do quickly kind of go up to a shelf, and you do notice, oh, hey, yeah, there are some sword manuals. Mostly just fencing manuals, some HEMA things, few kendo manuals here and there, as well as a few sword manuals for sword styles you've never seen of. Most likely Dark World sword styles. Like, for instance, you see one called, like the style of sword play. And, like, immediately on the...
Blade? No, that's Tana.
No, I mean, like, as in, like, you know how the Mecha Saber is described as making a noise as it clicks in and out? Yeah, like, it has, like, a Mecha Saber on the front. It specifically is, like, it's a manual for, like, specifically, like, those kinds of weapons. Or, like, that style of sword fighting, with, like, specifically, like, swords that have weird or like semi-mechanical swords that, like, partially fold in and out of themselves, specifically.
Yeah. That sounds very flimsy.
Probably why there's, like, literally only one, probably why the manual looks completely unread. Notice a few things written by Master San. You see a few yoga books written by, apparently, this instructor Mila. You see a few dance books.
Hera doesn't want to dance right now. She wants to learn how to use a sword.
As you look through it, you do find a manual known as Techniques of the Greats by Masters Mac and Tosh. First half on the Great.
Mac and Tosh, and
first half on the Great. The Great and the Terrible, actually, is a better name for it. We'll go with that.
So she picks up the sword book and begins reading. Just in the shop.
Do you just read the front of it?
Yeah, the front of it, just to look.
You don't. Not gonna read the back.
Oh, on the back too. trying to make a purchase here. She's not going to purchase unless she has no ideas about.
I assume Aaron's probably also going to kind of look over your shoulder at what you're doing.
Yeah, she's going to look over.
Anything interesting, Libran? You see various manuals of various things, mostly swords, some with things with dancing, some on yoga, a few on various more generic weapons, but they don't seem to be written by anyone specifically here.
Listen, okay.
Or if they were, they're not here.
My body was built to cast magic, alright? Not to hold weapons for extended periods of time. I'm built like a Madness Combat character. Floating hands doesn't necessarily mean I'm good at wielding weapons like those Madness Combat characters, because my hands fade in and out of existence.
Mm-hmm. True. Though, you do notice the ninjutsu manuals. Master San seems to have a few varieties. As you, specifically speaking, you will notice, outside the manual Aaron seemed to have bought, Introduction to Ninjutsu, you find a book on the basics of elemental ninjutsu, ninjutsu arts in the form of illusion, and ninjutsu and genjutsu mixed and genjutsu tools of the mind.
So you don't need to buy another one because Aaron already has one and he's willing to share.
Illusion. Gimme.
He hands you his book? I don't know. Because he already has one. He already bought one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Illusion.
So as you look through, Arca is still with Libran, kind of looking through books as well with you. Non is actually going to sit by Master San and seemingly talk with them. Hera, as you actually look at the book, you notice, as it has two authors, you do decide to look to the back real quick to get a quick interest in this. Two separate authors. All right, this may be worth getting more context for, and looks like you'd be good for that. It appears this is specifically a manual for fighters, though seemingly it is according to some of the reviews usable by anyone, though usage may vary. Seemingly, this is specifically...
learn how to use a sword since she's like 14 or whatever. It should just sink right in, right?
As you read through it, as you look at the back, you notice, specifically speaking, well, this is specifically a sword manual. Specifically, this is specifying two specific subclasses of the fighter class. The Great and the Terrible. If you were, say, fighter class, perhaps reading through this book could give you something. Unfortunately, especially as a spellcaster.
She just wants to learn how to use a sword, period, not exactly make extremely good attacks with one, just
how to
hold it right.
Oh yeah, this would definitely be good. As you go for the intro a bit, you do notice the first few chapters in the ledger are just on more basic sword things. It seems
and that's what she's looking for.
This is a breakdown specifically for those interested in trying to learn either the great or the terrible side of swordplay.
And now I think she understands why there are two authors, because there's two people, two subclasses.
Libran, as you look to it, you see illusions in ninjutsu. With it, you can quickly surmise that this is a book about the implications of fusing. Since if I recall, I think genjutsu is technically supposed to be ninja illusions. Like ninja. Because if I recall, ninjutsu are for like specialty ninja techniques. Genjutsu. Let me actually look up the difference real quick, because I know taijutsu is supposed to be for physical combat. Just don't remember what, again, the difference exactly between illusionary.
Anyway, so what exactly is Hera able to wield a sword now? Is that possible? Like, just as a weapon proficiency?
Hmm. To be more accurate, reading through this Hera, this would be a mix of physical and intellectual.
Alright.
For this, just to get something from reading this, since you haven't quite yet bought this. As you look through this, this is a, specifically, on the cover, you notice it specifically seems to have the...
Greater than 20.
Oh, my god.
23, actually. Can she wield a sword and she knows how to do certain attacks now?
With it, it appears you now have with it. It appears to showcase the duplicate technique, though a seemingly more minor variant. This book is specifically specifying illusionary ninjutsu, manipulating genjutsu into your ninjutsus, i.e., creating mirror illusions without actually creating duplicate copies. A far cheaper alternative, but
still works. Intimidation.
But far less physical.
Jutsu.
However, in this case, literally shadow clone, like literal shadows, like the purely
technique,
as well as using basic magic energy to manipulate the senses, to manipulate what they smell, using ninjutsu art to manipulate sound, to create specialty sounds, to perhaps manipulate and create a noise to lure someone.
So, what exactly did Hera
as well as to disrupt, as well as possible. Hera, as you read through it, this manual, man, despite being a spellcaster, this is a really fucking good manual. You feel like if you really want to get anything out of it, since you're a spellcaster, sadly you will have to buy it and read it over time.
Yeah,
However, you're pretty sure just by reading through, you've been able to read through like the first 5 chapters pretty quickly due to how well it's written. And surprisingly, you're pretty sure you can dual wield swords.
Oh, okay, back to Gamma.
Yep. From what you're doing, looking at it, to read through this book would, as a spellcaster yourself, would probably give you a better idea to some degree. As effectively speaking, you would be basically learning a bunch of illusionary magic-like techniques. As you would more likely be able to pick something up from this if you get a high roll from this.
So Hera's buying, and Labyrinth isn't actually buying anything because that book belongs to Aaron.
Not quite yet, Libran. Are you reading through the book?
Mm-hmm.
Are you tired? Is everything alright, Gamma?
I guess.
Are we interrupting you too much?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. It's like
doesn't matter.
I was trying to wait, but fucking someone kept being so pushy about what they got from their book, they just couldn't wait a few extra fucking minutes.
Whoa.
In your case, this would be a bit... I mean, I don't think you can add as much to this. However, tell me when to stop rolling.
Stop.
Oh, god damn it. Unfortunately, perhaps because it's been a long time since you've really read anything, while you're sure you could probably learn this, you can't quite get anything from it just by reading through it. At least, not through the first 2 chapters. Not yet, anyways. Though it is interesting, quite a few things you would find very useful, especially for someone who wishes to disrupt and debuff their opponent. For instance, mirror techniques based around manipulating light to damage accuracy.
Sounds about right.
I've got a question. Can Mr. Scholar over here, or Mrs. Themses, I don't know.
That scholar.
That scholar over here. Can they just use this as like a spell book?
On a technical level, yes. To be more precise, it's not exactly. As remember, this is a book written by a ninja. While ninjas would be a type of caster, you could argue, they would also be a martial, undeniably. Like, they would be like
they're half.
I would probably have to say something like a hybrid of item master, fighter, and spellcaster.
Yeah.
And to swap out my headphones.
Was just trying to get Gamma to get some out of this. So just a big fat nothing while I got an 18 over here. So, Gamma...
saying is that you might be able to use some Am I correct?
I didn't quite hear that.
We can hear you fine.
The other one won't turn off, so... connecting and turning something on, and I can't hear it.
Idea? You can hear me?
I
Turn off Bluetooth.
Oh my fucking god. Finally. Okay. Jesus. God, I hate my headphones sometimes. Okay. I'm sorry. Please repeat what you were trying to say.
What I was trying to say is that trying to explain what you said in an easier sense to understand. Just basically that during battle, if Librand is holding the book, they might be able to use some of the techniques within it.
I maybe not I mean, technically anyone could, because that's kind of how like these items work specifically. I'm more so trying to get at that is that because Librand's a spellcaster, they could get more out of this, specifically since there's like
a scholar.
Yeah. Remember, at level 10, they're able to learn custom spells, and I would technically count ninjutsu and genjutsu. Unless it's like, some sort of like straight up a ninja attack. That's like, an actual physical attack as something that they could, permanently add to their spell list.
Okay.
So any of these getting any of these ninja manuals, like Aaron having bought one, is already kind of a decent investment for Librand. Because they could theoretically learn those.
And
if Mr. they so want
Fighter there. Yeah. Can a hero just like pick up the Giga Gunblade out of Aaron's back and then just start swinging it proficiently?
No.
Okay.
Well, no, because
tool wield.
What I mean is, like, you can't grab the Giga Gunblade because it's literally in Aaron's body.
Oh.
Remember, the Giga Gunblade comes out of a hole in Aaron's hand.
Oh.
Remember?
Okay. A little different than what I thought it was. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to see what we have in our inventory then.
Yeah. Like.
Inventory.
I'm sorry,
Why
Gamma.
don't we carry...
Did you try and say something? And that got completely shadowed over because of my headphone problems, or...
Because it feels like you may have tried to say something that I didn't hear because my headphones and were being stupid. Looking at it, I mean, despite how good this is, they're surprisingly decently priced. It seems to kind of literally be a price of like 10 dark dollars per technique within a manual.
Oh, we have 350, it seems. So.
At least for the ninjutsu manuals.
That's a decent price.
Yeah. The other one, that's a bit more expensive. Like, that one actually, like, could, like, technically speaking, using it technically lets you... Basically, using that manual, how it would work is, if you were a fighter, it would technically give you access to the subclass abilities of one or the other, depending on what you chose. From, like, reading the manual and all that. However, because you're not a fighter, you just have to roll, and you just get to see if you're able to use an ability from one of those subclasses based on the
presume
roll.
that Arca would be able to get more out of this book.
Oh yeah, they are a fighter.
Yeah, they are a fighter, so it's still a decent investment in order to get this book because 2 people would have use for it. Hera, who wants to have use for it, and Arca just by association with his class.
Their class. So, quick questions. Going to look to other manuals, or are you going to try and see about maybe buying these, perhaps? Or anything else? Again, Gamma, if I interrupted you, I'm sorry. Technical difficulties and all that.
My eyes are getting heavy anyways.
Oh. Well, with this in mind, do you guys maybe want to buy these manuals?
Oh, Aaron already bought the other manual, the one that Librand is holding.
Yeah.
So that's already part of the inventory. Hera would definitely like to buy this book, and she can also play it off to Arca that he also will get use out of this.
They
will also get use out of this.
Is Librand going to buy the book they've suggested, or are they going to look at other books?
Huh?
It's all fine. Just get it over with.
You're gonna buy the book of Illusionary Ninjutsu?
Yes.
Alright then. With Gamma's purchase, that'll be significantly easier since that's just another flat 50.
That's just another 50? Okay.
Yeah.
And then... So I guess Hera's just going to be reading the book while we're going through town?
Probably.
Since we did get this purchase for her and she wants to use it. So,
And for the class book, as you go up to it, Hera, you actually do kind of bring it up at first. Arca does go up and kind of hear you out, and actually look at it. Huh. That probably would be useful, actually, I suppose.
Useful for you. That you can, get some more techniques as well. I feel like I can already do something out of the stuff I learned.
And as library you go up, you give the money to some. Ah, this one. Quite the useful book, if I do say so. If I do say so. There's even, though it's only 50, well, there are a few more than 5 techniques. They're just not directly stated. You'll have to figure them out yourself. I'm not going... a good teacher leaves a bit of work for their students, after all.
Of homework.
Then mind as you go up. Ah, a moment. As they go up to a more generic, as they kind of step away from what it seems to be kind of more their own stall, towards a separate one. Over here, real quick. Macintosh is registers over here. They share a stall. Despite they share a lot, despite constantly claiming to be different salesmen. Ah, yes. Oh, this one. Tips from the Great and the Terrible. Well, I suppose this is a bit more expensive. This will have to be about this will be about $150 dark dollars. If that's what they normally go for.
Okay.
Though
I'd try to bargain, but I don't know if that's frowned upon in this community.
Well, remember, they're communist. They normally don't care about dealing with money anyways. If you offer to barter something else, he'll 100% barter for something that may be better.
Okay, let's see what we have, because I'd rather not. What's this platinum card about?
Oh, I believe that's Platinum Card's armor piece. I believe someone's using it. Are they? Is someone using it?
Chainmail, cold
Someone.
head,
What someone is?
Jester Axe, bow tie, steel plate. Platinum card, there it is.
Yeah, that and it also
We
gives
get a discount. Oh, wait, no, that's a plus 5% in battle. Let's see here. No, it's not. What is a crystal queen piece?
I believe we got. Oh, I think that was the. I think that was the gift that one pawn man gave to you at that one time.
Oh, yeah, okay. That looks like something that'd be expensive, so she's gonna try to trade that.
Damn. Oh, wow, you're fucking cold.
He doesn't remember.
Damn. Fucking. She straight up gave him that. She gave that pawnman her real name.
Name.
Yeah, and now and he gave her that.
You know what? That's fair.
Yeah, that's just cold.
Hold
God
on.
damn.
What about the shadow crystals? Are those
I
worth
mean,
anything?
technically, I don't think you guys. Do you guys have those on you?
I don't remember ever putting them down. You'll have 4
You know
of
what?
them.
That's right. Fuck it. You're gonna fucking try and barter a shadow crystal for this book?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me right now?
I don't know.
So what you're basically saying is the moment. So basically, what you're saying is Hera looks to Libran, looks to their pocket, and Libran immediately looks to them and says no. That's basically what you're saying. What happens?
So, shadow crystals are in Libran and they're not touchable. Okay, cool.
Just immediately, just Hera looks to Libran. Libran looks to them. No.
What do we have? I mean, Mecha Saber, I don't see anybody using that.
Oh, Mecha Saber. Well, oh, a Mecha Saber. I suppose we do actually have a manual on a style of combat specifically based around the Mecha Saber and things similar to it. Well, I suppose I'm willing to drop it to half price.
Hey, $75 dark dollars. That's a lot better.
Since I don't think anyone's using the Mecha Saber either.
Yeah, I don't believe anybody's using the Mecha Saber. I looked specifically before just to make sure.
Yeah.
Contagious Funny, Mr. Contagious Funny over here uses the Jester's Axe.
Yep.
And
that mind you, that Mecha Saber, I mean, yeah, that Mecha Saber is a pretty good sword, but at the same time, a manual that can give you pretty good techniques is also pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, is this real?
What? The manual? That they're buying? Oh yeah, I'm gonna actually write that down. That's gonna be an actual thing.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Hera's already reading the book as Arca probably pays for it.
Like it's like these are things that like I'm actually going to write down what these do and their effects.
Party shopping. We have basically, I think we have stuff that is usable by every class. Like we got the ninja for everyone, and
everyone except actor. Actually, no wait, yeah, actor too. Actually,
actor especially.
technically, technically ninja would more so be based around like fighter and item master than they would be actor.
Still, we got stuff for item masters, spellcasters, and apparently a Hera who wants to do melee combat, which is hilarious.
I realize I do need to.
So I'm guessing since they do have like 2 basic ass swords, how much would those be? Like
What do you mean 2 basic ass swords?
basic training swords?
Oh.
So that she can train with these items while she reads the book in order to increase her knowledge gains?
I mean, on a technical level, you more so rent the training gear, and because you're already making a purchase of a fighting manual, you would be allowed to train at the current moment, at least for a while.
Alright, I guess Hera sticks around until closing, just training with the new sword manual. Do we roll to see progress? I don't know how this is gonna work.
I suppose, real quick, I want to just roll physical real quick. I'm going to, I do need to.
Not physical and intellectual?
You know what, actually, yeah, go to point.
Because we're reading is a book.
Okay,
well,
real quick.
answer greater than 20.
Real quick. Why are you trying to sell the shadow crystals? We kind of need those.
I didn't know. I just didn't know.
I mean, in character, Hera would not know what those are.
And I did not know either.
All they would have really.
Okay.
I mean, if you guys had let them do that, like he would have basically given you that book for free and asked if you wanted another book for free.
How would you not? Yeah, we're still not getting rid of these.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. I get it. I understand now.
How do you
I mean,
not know
I
what these are?
know that they're basically dead people, but I don't know that. I didn't know that they were particularly valuable to us. Sorry.
They're dropped from the secret bosses. We kind of still need. I have one of these. Just in my person, I have one of these because I'm a secret boss.
Okay, cool. Chill out. Don't fuck me over just because I don't know what's going on.
Jesus. Man, you really are tired, huh?
So Hera's just gonna stick around and, oh yeah, answer greater than 20. 22.
Oh.
She's making good progress. Two good rolls. Apparently the world wants her to have sword fighting, so if we're doing like a 2 out of 3 roll scenario, she's already gotten 2 out of 3.
Well, now you see, if only Master Mac and Tosh were here to really give you insight into this, you know?
I mean, they are, aren't they?
No, remember, Master Son and the is the only actual combat master here, remember?
Oh, so they're gone.
They're the only one here at the current moment.
I mean, can she get some insight from Master
As Ma-
San, or does he
Master
not
Son,
know?
as Master Son looks to you, he will he's a different fighting style, but he will command and say, "You are taking to the man. You are taking very well. I must say, you're doing this rather well, and I must say to you, Lybrand, you certainly do seem engrossed in that book of yours. I hope it, I hope it's to your liking. I certainly do hope you're finding it interesting."
That is an understatement.
Hera's just over here working her ass off. Doing good work. Would you say now that she actually has a proficiency with sword fighting? 2 fantastic rolls in a row.
I mean, I'll put it like this.
I mean, like when she can fight.
I'll put it like this: the only other person who could dual wield swords was Aaron, and that's
Oh,
because he's an item master.
she's
So,
just doing that now.
congratulations, you have a unique flavor text thing for your weapons that, in very niche scenarios, may or may not give you something cool that may or may not help you. You know?
I mean, Hera just wants to buy a pair of swords now, just to use a pair of swords because she wants fighting. She likes fighting. It's fun. It's fun to use the swords. Makes it so she can murder a hobo without having to use TB.
Is someone knocking on our door? Okay.
Sounded like somebody chopping up some veggies on a. Anyway, Jack.
Yeah.
So, can we just buy a pair of swords? Like
Uh,
swords that you just put in your weapon slot?
not from here.
Well, obviously not from here, but in town. I mean, is there like a weapons shop?
Uh, oh, yeah, there's the bazaar, and there's also various people around whom probably are blacksmiths in town, whom
Okay.
you could probably talk to and probably get to and buy things from.
Well, no, she has respect for the sword. She's only going to get a pair of swords that she can use in combat, and not until she can master those is when she's going to get something she blacksmiths.
Well, what that I mean is that there are probably also smiths in town who sell swords.
Oh, okay. Then yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. Yeah, she's going to get some swords that she can train with permanently and use in combat for now until she can master her ability to use swords, and then she will get something custom built for her. She is a weeb. So, yeah, she's a weeb. There's like a pair of basic swords that probably just... I mean, I guess let's see what we have for options before I start downplaying what we can get. Apologies those who are watching this recording. There's something going on in his house. I don't know what the hell that is, but...
I believe it's my brother doing something. I'm not quite sure what he's doing, but yeah.
Okay, cool.
Alright. So, real quick, I wanted to finish writing this.
Yeah, cool. Go ahead.
So, here we have from the book the 5 techniques you can kind of immediately look from it. Shadow duplicate, smoke flow, light of the mind, body double, and flowing form.
Oh, you could use a shadow crystal as one of your items. I'm just kidding. Because I'm guessing it consumes the item.
Not in this case. However,
Oh,
the only problem is they would need to get really... I'm not sure. Actually, is that I don't think they aren't allowed to use key items. So
okay.
that yeah.
So it has to be something like a Choco Diamond or something.
Something like that.
Okay, cool. I was just wondering the aspects of how that would work.
Basically, the idea is like merging illusion into is that these are all illusionary tactics with a bit more. For instance, shadow duplicate is basically a weaker version of duplicate. You know, I'm gonna reduce its cost even more. Kind of get that across, because a duplicate is like actually kind of like summoning a construct duplicate of yourself.
I mean, Hera can just do. Hera knows how to do construct.
It's just like weaker than you are.
Hera knows how to do construct.
Is that, but it's not a real construct. So it's cheaper. You're not actually making an entity. You're just sending out an image that duplicates yourself. Smoke flow, I'm sure you can probably put together what that is kind of based on. Light of the mind is sort of similar. It's based on light. Body double is because it's duplicate, except these are constructs that can't attack. It's sort of like the variant of the body double technique, where it is literally, you are like literally using a dummy as a body double to fuck with them.
Yeah.
Hence why you can also use items. Because the idea is, using the tension energy, you're creating a literal body double that takes a hit for you. Or you're literally sacrificing an item to break it down and convert it in, and like use the immediate tension from that to make a very thin dummy of you, basically.
Okay, cool.
And the flowing form is an illusionary tactic, more based on physical manipulation of your body to make yourself look as if you are moving in ways impossible, performing physically impossible tasks. For instance, one prime example would be that one very, very famous street performing ninja who would do street performances to convince different nobles and warlords to hire him. And one of them was, he once convinced an entire village square, that he swallowed a bull.
What in the fuck?
Like, that would be a case of flowing form and a nat 20. Because you're like literally like making an illusion so complex, it's literally looking like you are physically swallowing a bull somehow when you're not.
Or people are just stupid.
That's also a good thing. That's also a
Hey man, have you ever seen, bro? Have you seen some really fucking good illusions? Like
I have, but
like
you can record them and look back on them and be like, why did I ever fall for this?
dude, there are some illusions that straight up look like actual like 3D space, but they're 2D paintings. They're just literally painted so fucking intricately that it looks like a 3D object.
Anyway,
like that one drawing of the chalk.
Now that we're here, I'm guessing that the petrified Chris Hart does not have it. Is not. So he would prevent me from trying to sell that.
Oh, you fucking think. Also,
Ew.
he wouldn't want that. Why the fuck? Like, he's not gonna accept that. It's a petrified human heart. You would show it to him, he'd be like, "Wow, that's a petrified human heart. That's get that the fuck away. Get that the fuck away from me. I'm not so sure I want you guys in my store anymore."
I'm happy that she didn't even think about pulling that out. She just went with another bit.
Give.
No, not this time. You already have the book. I don't need you taking anything else.
But I just realized, Libran is a book.
Reading a book.
So they not only that, it's so they can transcribe this parts of this book into themselves. They're literally a book, buying a book so they can read a book and add the context of another book into their own book.
Take a look, it's in a book.
Indeed.
Rainbow.
The more you know. Anyway. So, I guess she's gonna go around town looking for a blacksmith that sells swords, so that she can get a pair of swords to take care of. Because she's going to put more effort into this than anything else. She's kind of a weeb.
Control C, Control V.
What?
Arca is actually going to follow you because they are somewhat interested in this. Is Libran going to stay here? Because Non's going to stay here because he's going to wait until the place closes so he can heat up a robot.
Oh yeah, I presume that we just buy a couple of swords and then come back.
Yep.
So Aaron's gonna go out with them because that's sort of his shtick.
And Libran, what are you
his
going
little
to do?
sis.
I assume Libran
is... You assume what? You might be right.
I was just going to say, I assume they might just sit here reading their book, maybe talking with Master San.
I would talk with Master San, but I'm too tired to RP.
Okay, fair enough. So you just talk with Master San without any real chat.
We need to do this earlier.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of just woke up, so that was my bad.
Yeah. Considering I'm currently jobless at the moment, I'll probably be able to.
Hey, yo, what?
Maybe.
What happened? Well, that's not something for them to know.
Yeah, it's not nothing for the recording. But yeah, it is what it is. But I will say
So, like,
you'll get
I don't know, maybe they talk off screen and, like, you can send me a transcript of what they say later.
I'm saying, like, does Libran go with the group, or do they stay here? Because if they stay here, I'll let you have another role to try and get stuff from this book.
Harriet's also reading the book as she's walking down, trying to figure out what the hell's going on here. Because
Sure.
Yeah.
Tell me when to stop, Gamma.
Stop.
Nice. Good job.
Oh, yeah, you certainly get a lot more from this book than you did when you first went through it. Yeah, as Master San said, there do appear to be techniques that are not directly explained to you within this book.
Well, I would presume that we know the name of them, like if they're referenced, but not their TP cost or whatever. But alright, fair enough. You got an 18. That's pretty good. That's almost at 20. Good job.
Yeah. You uncovered 2 more of these hidden techniques.
Well, that's 3 on the page, but sure.
You've beginning to discover something that you can only really explain as eye to eye and face make.
There you go.
That as you walk out here, you sort of wander around. You immediately see the bazaar right next to you.
She takes a look in the bazaar to see if they have what we need.
For the most part, the bazaar seems more general supplies and healing items, though you do find generic starter equipment, things that wouldn't give you stats necessarily.
Let's go try again elsewhere. See if there are those blacksmiths around town that you're talking about.
As you wander a bit, you do see this rather large group home, but you do see it split off downward to that way and this way.
Let's go the way of the black. I'm kidding. You don't have anything there. She's gonna go the other way.
I mean, to be fair, what's over here is just kind of the same thing as over here. It's just like more area. So you're going this way or down?
Let's take a look. Let's go down, all the way down.
Oh, you're gonna go all the way down. As you go down, you go down and down,
and a little more down.
Yep. You do actually notice. I will say, I'll retcon. This area isn't completely empty, and this isn't a cave. You do notice there is a small weapons. Seems to be a kind of weapons shop over here.
Oh, let's go over the weapons shop that's over there. If it's a weapons shop, then we might get something a little more worth our money.
I'm gonna leave now. My sleep schedule is already busted.
Yeah, that's cool. I was mostly just going to try and get them to quickly do something and then quickly go back. I guess we'll just have to end the session with them going into this small little weapons cave shop.
Okay, cool.
I'm sorry it couldn't be longer, but like.
That's cool. You're good.
Oh, I kind of woke up at midnight, so that's not a you problem. That's a skill issue on my end.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for being rude, y'all.
No, it's fine. Everything's a bit hectic right now.
I meant no harm. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
No, we may or may not retcon this cave out of existence as well.
Fair enough. It's just a weapon shop.
Yeah. Basically, I'll just say Crimson Commune literally has every weapon available.
Oh.
I'll have it be like, I'll just have a scene where it's like, you walk in, you see a dude sitting in a chair, looking up, like a really old ass man, you see an absolutely fucking ancient, and I mean
Gerson,
fucking
Mr. Gerson.
ancient, and it's
Mr. Gerson.
specifically.
We see someone who's old as Mr. Gerson.
I don't know, maybe they are. They might not be. An old fuck off, or an old as shit rabbit.
That's neat.
He looks up from his chair and is like, "Oh, like, huh, what, huh?" Huh?
Hear it now.
Prices are written down. Barter costs, whatever.
Go back to sleep. Shh.
There we go. I assume, Gamma, you probably would like to go to bed.
Yeah, I'm gonna say some off the air though. So.
Should I end
Are we
recording?
off the air? Yeah. End recording, please.
I'm about to end recording.